الإصرار المفروض على الضفة الغربية. وشكرا. We are here today to demand the international community to take serious and tangible steps to stop the war against our people in Gaza and to halt the deepening famine threatening their survival. Today marks the 654 days of Israel's war against Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip. Israel continues to commit systematic destruction of civilian life and infrastructure. It has disseminated Gaza's health system. It has decimated Gaza's health system, education system, and the social culture fabric of the Palestinian people. It has forcibly displaced almost all of Gaza's population and turned the Strip into a death zone. Around 59,000 Palestinians killed in Gaza since October 2023. More than 18,000 of them are children, and 10,000 women. An average of 28 Palestinians are killed every Palestinian children. An average of 28 Palestinian children are killed every day in Gaza, an equivalent of an entire classroom full of students killed every day. Gaza has been turned into a graveyard for children, where our children are being targeted, killed, injured, starved to death, and deprived of the most basic rights: food, clean water, shelter, safety, and education. Israel continues to use starvation as a weapon of war, including the killing of over 995 aid seeker Palestinians and the injury of thousands of others so far. As the United Nations Under Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs and Emergency Relief Coordinator Tom Fletcher warned, hunger must never be met with bullets. Without immediate large-scale humanitarian access, Gaza risks a catastrophic descent into famine, chaos, and further mass loss of life. As the occupying power, Israel bears a legal obligation under international humanitarian law to ensure that Palestinians in Gaza have access to food, medicine, and other essentials necessary for their survival. In the West Bank, settler terrorism against Palestinian people has been on the rise. Thousands of Palestinians from more than 70 communities across the West Bank have been forcibly displaced due to intensifying settler terrorism. These are not separate issues. They are interconnected expressions of a single policy rooted in occupation impunity, radical domination, displacement, and the denial of our people's right of self-determination. Israel's continued illegal withholding of Palestinian tax revenues severely undermines our ability to meet our responsibilities toward the Palestinian citizens. This deliberate policy has direct and damaging consequences for vital sectors, including education, healthcare, and food security. The man-made famine imposed by Israel on Gaza is now extending to the broader Palestinian population, effectively threatening livelihoods, halting salary payments, and pushing entire communities towards starvation. The international community must not be complicit through silence or distracted by geopolitical theatres. The credibility of this international law-based order hinges on its ability to apply law without exception and without delay. We all must act now to stop the war against our people in Gaza and stop the siege against our people in the West. Thank you.
Excellency, Prime Minister, members of the Cabinet, representatives of international organizations, and of the media, colleagues responsible for process. First of all, I would like to speak on behalf of the United Nations, the PEAS, as the United Nations insist on immediate and permanent ceasefire, unconditional release of hostages, and lifting all restrictions on access to the people in Gaza. Only negotiated solution is a solution, and that solution can and is also to reach and the summit. This is very important. Obviously, the ongoing tragedy which has unfolded since the 7th of October until today, and the ongoing military operation has created an enormous humanitarian crisis. It is more dire than any time at this point. Even then, we are able to bring assistance to the people. Right now, the violence and looting is so widespread that we are not able to use our traditional systems and the ways of delivery of assistance, and what we're doing is being looted. So, therefore, the violations of international humanitarian law, including attacks on civilians seeking aid, must be independently investigated, and we as international community and the United Nations advocate for compliance with international humanitarian law and protection of humanitarian corridors, places, and assets. Not only we